Pastor Aksu Park, founder of Good News Mission, visited Portugal, Italy, and Poland from April 29th to May 4th. He stayed in Portugal for 2 days, starting on the 29th, and spoke at the Kelf Pastors Forum and the Grachas Choir's Peace Concert. About 150 pastors gathered at the Kelf Forum, and Pastor Park preached the gospel, focusing on Romans 3.
As Christian leaders, we must continue to confirm and remind ourselves of this statement that we no longer have sin because Jesus has washed away all of our sins. A moment that stayed very strong in my mind was when Pastor said that if we deny this truth, we undo all that Jesus has done. Jesus was sent to die at Calvary for us, so we must reflect on these words every day and pour our strength into them.
On May 1 Street, he visited Rome, Italy, met with Pastor Jolie, president of the Evangelical Mission, and delivered a speech at the CLF Pastors Conference held at the Rome Charismatic Church. Rome citizens and pastors also attended the Grachas Choir's Peace Concert held in the evening, and Pastor Aksu Park delivered a message of hope.
The reason why this gospel preached by Pastor Park is important to Europe is that Europe is currently too unrefined and asleep. Europe is accustomed to orthodox doctrines that only cause controversy between various churches and denominations. That is why European churches are not preaching this accurate and simple gospel. Many churches are not spreading this gospel that Pastor Park preaches, but are engaging in social and other political activities. That is why we need this gospel and testimony that Pastor Park preaches even more.
Then, on the 2nd and 3rd, he moved to Warsaw, Poland, and spoke at the Dream concert held there to commemorate Poland's Constitution Day, and met Ukrainian believers who had visited Poland to attend a retreat. Pastor Aksu Park, who returned home after completing a missionary visit to 3 European countries this week, will continue his overseas missionary visit schedule next week.
This concert is a very important moment for us. This is a really important time. I am so happy that I was able to see the concert today. As I said on stage, I think this cooperation, this help, this support is very important, and it can all be achieved with love. There is love between Poles, Ukrainians, and our Koreans. I haven't been to Korea yet, but I hope to do so soon. I believe this concert will be a turning point for Poland.
Ahead of Pastor Aksu Park's Bible seminar in May, Bible seminars were held in each region this week. At a large church in Bizon, a Bible seminar was held with Pastor Jinseok Kim as a lecturer, and 540 seniors from Silver University and 250 students studying abroad in Nepal attended and heard the gospel. At Good News Dangjin Church, Pastor Sungin Shim delivered a sermon on the topic of true faith that relies only on Jesus. Guanhua Church invited Pastor Kim Woo Ram and held a Bible seminar under the theme, It is God Who Justifies, and Genja Church held a Bible seminar with Pastor Oh Se Ho, opening the hearts of attendees and spreading the gospel through various performances. Gyeongju Church held a Bible seminar with Pastor Yang Deok Man, attended by about 200 people every year, and held a silver banquet in the morning and a gospel meeting in the afternoon. Gyeochang Church invited Pastor Damu Nan to hold a Bible seminar. The believers in each region enjoyed the joy of preaching the gospel by evangelizing on the street and inviting acquaintances to the Bible seminar, and expressed their feelings that the attendees' testimony of salvation added joy to the church. From April 29th to May 3rd, the Myanmar Good News Yangon Church invited Korea's mine professor Cho Seong-hwa and Lee Bon-chun and held a mine training camp for about 200 people, including private school teachers in Myanmar. The event was attended by the Myanmar Private School President, KMK Education Association President, and private school principals and vice principals from all over the country. Teachers who were exposed to mind education were amazed at the content of the training and said that all private school teachers should receive this training in the future. They hope that God's work of spreading the gospel in Myanmar will actively take place through mind education. Good News Anson Church Youth Association held a reconciliation mask-making event for foreign students on April 27. The young people introduced Korean traditional culture along with the meaning of the Hahom mask, which embodies the joys and sorrows of Korean people. In a mind lecture, Unju Park, a member of the 12th GNC volunteer group who visited Chile, introduced the happiness gained through overseas volunteer work. And after the lecture, the international students communicated by asking each other how they were doing in the Korean they had learned in the Korean class. The Anson Youth Association said Korean classes are expanding exchanges with foreigners and serving as a stepping stone to spread the gospel. South Africa's Good News Johannesburg Church held a Bible seminar with Zambian missionary Wusung Yoon at the Deep Slot News Center from April 29th to May 2nd. A performance by volunteers took place before each service, and missionary Sung Yoon Woo preached the gospel on the topic of knowing the Bible accurately. Paraguay Church held a Bible seminar in 4 regions of Paraguay for 2 weeks starting April 22nd. During this period, short-term missionaries visited schools and conducted Korean language camps and mind education, and pastors from each region were invited to hold a CLF. Pastor Hyoke Han explained in detail the eternal homework through Hebrews chapter 9.
Rwanda Church held a workshop for married sisters, deaconess sermons, testimonies from sisters, fellowship, and discussions. Missionary Benjamin Ko explained that to those who believe in God's promises, God reveals the path, promising to establish 300 sisters in the church who believe in the promise, and that they will be able to live as the happiest sisters while following that promise. Last Wednesday, the married brothers gathered for a special men's service, and even those who usually did not attend came together, bringing great joy. Pastor Benjamin Ko preached on the theme of the fruits of the Spirit, and participants learned that faith is not what I do, but what I do through the power of the Spirit, making it a meaningful time.